guys, in today's class we are going to do some wall Yin Yoga. Yin Yoga means we're doing less of a flow and less movement and more staying in postures and positions longer to try to get some good benefit out of holding each position. So big focus today is coming into our postures and then just breathing in them. We're going to focus on 8 to 10 breaths in each posture. All we need today is some type of wall and a yoga mat if you do have it. So let's get started. We're going to start with our feet straight up on the wall, 90 degrees. Work on getting your glutes as close as you can to the wall, and we'll begin. So walk yourself over to your wall. Start by putting those heels pressed up against the wall, and then inch your glutes until, as much as you can, all of your legs are touching, all parts of your legs touching the wall. Arms wherever they need to, and let's just start to breathe in and out through our nose. Our goal and focus here, guys, is when we come into a position, let's try to stay in it the whole time.
This is where I see our future. This is where my past makes sense to me. This is my time machine where everything I've lost comes back to me. And as long as this is a place where when nighttime falls you rest your head, then one thing I know for sure is that I'll go home.
So especially while we're in this laying position, every time you inhale, try to really let that belly expand. And then when you exhale, just kind of let it go. The belly will sink in.
The sun is here now. You act like you don't notice, but I see your smile now, pretending for.
So we're gonna start to just move our glutes a little bit away from the wall, not too much. We start farther away from the wall, and then you can inch in closer if you need to. We're gonna get into a nice piriformis stretch. A lot of us, if we have sciatica issues, so I'm gonna first bend my left leg, not quite 90 degrees. I'm giving myself a little bit of room, and I'm gonna take the outside of my right foot as I lift my glutes and place it on this thigh. So the first thing I'm gonna do is lower my glutes back down. You should really start to feel that stretch on the back side of that bent right leg going into that glute muscle. To ease off, there's a few ways. You either move those glutes away or you bring that heel higher up onto the wall. To create more of a stretch, you either bring your glutes closer to the wall or you start to bring that heel down to create that 90 degree angle right there. So find that comfortable position. You want to feel the stretch, but again, don't feel any sharp pain. And then once you're there, we're going to take our 8 to 10 breaths.
This is where I see your future. This is where my past makes sense to me. This is my time machine where everything I've lost comes back to me. And as long as this is a place where when nighttime falls you rest your head, then one thing I know for sure is that I'll go home in this bed. I'll go home in this bed.
we'll slowly start to make our way out. I like to inch my heel up first, and then I assist my leg that's bent back on the wall, and then we'll head over to the other side. So again, start with your heel up nice, lift the glutes so you can get the outside of that foot right on this thigh, and then slowly start to release that down. Find that comfortable position. As I'll always say, our bodies are not symmetrical on both sides, so give yourself some ease into each posture. Back into our 8 to 10 breaths here. Slowly start to make our way back out of this. So release that tension and then assist that left leg that's crossed over back on the wall. You can shake those hips out if you would like to. So I'm going to move my glutes back close up to the wall. And now we're going to go into our straddle split. So we're going to open up both of our legs. Just start to slide those heels. Use the wall as assistance. So once you are unable to slide them anymore on your own, you can start to inch those heels down one at a time. The more we hold a posture, guys, the more intense it gets. So, keep that in mind. Get it until it's just a nice little stretch, feeling it right in the middle of these inner thighs. You can rest your hands wherever you would like to, overhead. You can hold them on the sides of your thighs for a little bit more of an intense stretch, or just place them down by your side. Try to get those legs straight so that all parts of your legs are touching the wall. Hands down and just start to breathe. Let's slowly inch those legs up. So I take one at a time, heels coming till they meet back together in our starting position. I'm going to take, you can move back to the wall if you need to. Just take those knees and hug them into your chest. So we'll start to windshield back and forth. Inhale in the middle, and then when you exhale, just bring the knees to one side. And then come back up. Try to avoid the knees coming all the way down, so we're getting a tiny bit of core work in here. So as I exhale, I'm bringing them down just to create some tension, and then I bring them back up. And one more time to the other side. And bring them back up. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to bring my knees to the left. So I'm going to take my left hand, bring them on the outside of my right knee, and I'm going to exhale my knees all the way over to the left side of my mat. So double leg supine twist here, nice little spinal twist. My flat feet are resting up against the wall. My left hand is resting on my right knee. Right arm is extended out. Just start to breathe. So first I'm going to lift my left hand down and have a T with both of my arms. Then I'm going to inhale both of my knees up. So again, a little bit of core work here. Once they meet in the middle, I'm now going to take my right arm, place it on the outside of my left knee, and I'm going to exhale my knees over to the other side. So they're falling to the right. Both feet are planted on the wall. Using my right arm is just a little bit pressure on my knees to make sure I'm getting that nice twist in my spine. Left arm is extended out. Just start to breathe. First, I'm going to start to release that right arm out. Then I'm going to brace to my core as I bring both of my knees together. And I'm placing my legs back up on the wall. So each time we're transitioning, it's okay if it takes a little bit of adjustment. I want you guys to, if you need to bring your glutes away from the wall, that will make it a little bit easier, a little bit more challenging, get those glutes right up against the wall. Using my hands as support, my legs are straight, and I'm going to start to fold in, so similar to like a forward fold, but kind of like a seated legs up forward fold. So I'm just starting to tuck my chin in, work on getting my nose to my shins. And just breathe here. use your hands here, they're your support if you want to get more of a stretch to push away so that you're pushing your upper body towards your lower body and the wall. A lot of us will probably feel some tingling in places. That's normal. We're creating compression. We're probably stretching into places we're not used to stretching into. So just acknowledge it. All right, I'm going to start to back away from the wall a bit. So I'm bending my legs in. And I'm going to flip over into a child's pose. I'm going to do a wide-legged child's pose. If you guys are having some lower back achiness, you can put your legs together close enough so that you can put those hands on the wall. And we're just going to start to lean forward to create a stretch in our hip flexors, as well as trying to peek our head through our biceps so that we're getting a nice shoulder opener as well. Once you find that comfortable position, start to breathe. Slowly start to come up. So first, I raise my head in between my leg, in between my arms, and then I'm going to use my hands to bring myself out of my child's pose. I'll say it all the time, be gentle with yourself. We're holding things a little bit longer than we're probably used to, so try not to jerk out of stuff, make your way in and out. Hopefully most of you are familiar with this next one, our couch pose. So you can do it with the couch, or we're going to do it with the wall. Choose which leg you want to bend up first, and then you're going to, with that back leg, bring that knee to the wall and bottom of the foot on the wall. So you can use if you have a counter sticking out, you can use this, or you can put your hands to that front knee. The more we push our hips forward, the more of an opener it will be. So still having our breaths in and out through our nose here. Slowly bring those hands down. We're going to transition to the other side. So first I set up my back foot, knee, bring your front leg forward. I'm going to start to push my hips forward and use my knee as support. Slowly start to come out of that. So we got 2 more postures left, guys. Move you a bit over here. We're gonna go into an inversion. Hopefully most of you can do this. We're up against the wall, so know that this is your support system back here. It's going to be sort of like a handstand child's pose, I call it. So we're gonna keep our knees tucked in. You can walk up on the wall first, and then you wanna walk closer to the wall as you keep your knees tucked into your chest, similar to what you would if we were just lying down in a child's pose. Relax your neck. Try to keep your arms strong. We build these muscles for a reason. Good. And let's start to walk ourselves out. So similar to how you got in, we want to avoid just collapsing down to the ground. So we're gonna finish off in a nice little meditative state right here. Work on getting your whole back and your glutes up against your wall. Bring the bottom soles of our feet together. And then we want to have a nice posture up here, so you don't want to be leaning over. If this is enough of a stretch for you, great. If you want to create a little bit of a more, as we sit here in our final posture, I take my hands and just gently rest them on my knees. And just breathe. guys can stay in this as long as you want. If you're kind of finding that meditative state, please feel free to stay in it as long as you would like. Whether you joined me this as a pre-WOD or post-WOD or just something you wanted to do on your rest day, let me know what you think. Hopefully we got into some nice stretches today. So enjoy the rest of your day, night, whatever time it is.